Rebecca's life with her husband Peter and their son seemed absolutely perfect. They were very happy. Peter worked at a church and wanted his family to join him in serving the devotees. Rebecca trusted him completely. She started attending church and did exactly as Peter said. Everything changed when Peter took their son on a camping trip. After returning, their son took his own life. This incident shattered Rebecca completely. She lost interest in everything, left the church, and turned to drugs to numb her grief. Peter, who commanded great respect in society, grew weary of her behavior. He warned Rebecca that she had 1 year to fix herself, or he would leave her. Out of fear of losing him, Rebecca decided to do exactly what Peter wanted. Peter moved out of the house and handed over the responsibility of her counseling to his church friend Mary. He stated that he would only meet her once she was well. About a year later, Rebecca had quit drugs, but she was still experiencing hallucinations. She was convinced that someone would sneak into the house at night and sit in Peter's office. She told Peter and Mary, but no one believed her, and Peter accused her of taking drugs again. Hearing this repeatedly, Rebecca began to feel that perhaps it was just a figment of her imagination, caused by depression and anxiety. A few days passed peacefully, but one day she again felt that someone had entered the house and was in Peter's office. Terrified, she called Peter, but he didn't pick up. She messaged him saying a burglar had broken in and she would kill him. Trembling with fear, she picked up a gun and waited. Hearing a sound, she lunged out with the gun, only to find Peter standing there. She pleaded with Peter to believe her that someone had entered the house. Peter searched the entire house and the office, but found no one. He screamed in anger that Rebecca still hadn't changed and must be using drugs. Rebecca kept crying out that she had been clean for a year, was taking counseling from Mary, and was changing herself only for him. But Peter didn't listen and left, saying that there were only a few months left before he would leave her for good. The next day, while Rebecca was cleaning the garden, she felt as if a shadow was watching her from inside the house. When Mary arrived, she told her about it, but Mary ignored her words and started reciting Bible verses. During this time, a message came from Peter saying he was coming to meet her today. Rebecca danced with joy. She decorated the house, cooked his favorite food, and waited eagerly. Peter arrived at night, but instead of reconciling, he handed her divorce papers and told her to sign. Rebecca fell at his feet, saying she had completely changed herself, given up all bad habits, and was even ready to return to the church, but Peter remained unmoved. This made Rebecca angry, and an argument broke out between them. Peter said he wanted to leave her because her negligence caused their son's death. Rebecca shot back, saying that their son had gone to the camp with Peter and was very happy before going. She asked what had happened at the camp that led him to commit suicide. The argument escalated to the point where Peter flatly stated he would no longer stay with her. With her parents gone, her son dead, and now her husband leaving, Rebecca felt life was worthless. She pulled a pistol from a drawer, held it to her temple, and threatened to kill herself. Suddenly, amidst the argument, a terrifying and inhuman scream echoed through the house, making their skin crawl. Peter realized that a demonic force was present in the house. Rebecca stopped the fight and said that this was the shadow she had been talking about. Peter searched the whole house but found nothing. He thought it might have been a misunderstanding. But Rebecca said, "How can we both have the same delusion?" She revealed that since Peter left, this shadow had been trying to kill her, which everyone had dismissed as the effect of drugs. Peter was still skeptical, but at Rebecca's pleading, he agreed to stay the night. Rebecca served food to Peter, but as he started eating, Rebecca saw the food turn black and Peter's face transform into a monster. She was terrified. When Peter sat her down near him, he appeared normal again. He said that Rebecca was overthinking due to fear, and that they should pray together to end all of this. Just as they were about to pray, Rebecca saw the door to Peter's office upstairs open on its own, and someone walk in. She screamed, and this time Peter also heard the sound of the door closing.
Convinced now, he took his gun and went upstairs to try and open the office door. The door wouldn't budge. Peter felt a force from behind him holding him back. As he started to pray, that same terrifying scream came from inside. Peter fell down, and the house's pictures and belongings began to break. Rebecca realized that there was a demonic force here that wanted to kill them. She grabbed Peter's hand and told him to run outside. Peter made it outside, but refused to leave. He felt that God was giving him a sign, and that he had been chosen to defeat this power. Despite Rebecca's protests, he started going back inside, so Rebecca went with him. As soon as Peter touched the office door, lightning suddenly struck the garden outside and a fire broke out. Rebecca ran out to extinguish the fire and flatly refused to go back in. She tried to reason with Peter, but he was stubbornly insistent to the point of madness that this was God's work. Rebecca realized that the shadow had taken control of Peter's mind. Forced by circumstances, she had to go inside. When she went to the bathroom, she saw a large black hand emerge from the tub to strangle her. Just then, the sound of something breaking outside made the hand vanish. When she went out, she saw that Peter had broken glass and was painting something on the door with his own blood. He said that there were angels behind the door who would give him strength, and that they demanded a blood sacrifice. Rebecca was now certain that Peter had gone mad, because no angel asks for blood. Suddenly, the whole house began to shake, the lights went out, and a light emanated from behind the door. Rebecca understood that this was the devil. She told Peter not to give any more blood, but Peter threw blood under the door. Suddenly, dark forces emerged, threw away the cross on the door, and gave Peter such dark power that his wounds began to heal on their own. He started laughing like a madman and then fainted. Seeing the house become even more dangerous, Rebecca somehow took Peter to Mary's house. There she explained everything, but Peter claimed the angels had given him power. Mary couldn't decide whom to believe. That night, Rebecca again felt someone was strangling her. When she woke up, she saw that Peter and Mary were not there. She felt that Peter had taken Mary back to their house, and she ran to save them. Arriving there, she saw Peter and Mary standing before that demonic force. Peter was happy that Rebecca had come. He revealed the truth, that this was not a divine power, but a demonic force that had been with him since childhood, and he had always worshipped it. He said that Mary was now with it too, and it just needed a little more blood. Rebecca tried to run, but Peter caught her. Mary warned that if she refused, her fate would be just like her son's. Rebecca then found out that these two had killed her son. Peter held her at gunpoint, and Mary cut her wrist, letting the blood flow under the door. Mary fainted, and the dark shadow dragged her inside. Rebecca ran downstairs, but Peter appeared in front of her in the blink of an eye without using the stairs. His form had become completely demonic. Rebecca locked herself in the bathroom. Peter shouted from outside that running was useless. If she just gave her blood, everything would be fine. He revealed that at the camp, he wanted to show his son his powers, but when the boy refused, he killed him at the devil's command. Learning the truth of her son's death turned Rebecca's fear into a fire of anger and revenge. She opened the door and said she was ready. She went up to the office. As Peter began to explain the ritual, Rebecca snatched his gun and shot him. As Peter fell, the house shook violently, and the office door swung open. Dark forces emerged and dragged Peter's struggling body inside. What happened to him inside wasn't seen, but a heart-wrenching sound followed, and then everything became perfectly silent and normal. Rebecca understood that with Peter's death, the demon was also gone. She was now safe, but completely alone. At the end of the film, she decides to live her lonely life on her own terms.